As a school, we're interested in the functional skills. We listen very closely to our Chamber of Commerce, who tell us year on year that they think young people leave schools, not just this one, without appropriate skills for life. And in many ways we agree. We think GCSE doesn't equip youngsters for that. So we know functional skills are coming. In fact, we've been interested and involved in the development of functional skills. Now, what this project has allowed us to do is to test that out for ourselves and to see what's the effect on young people. There's a cohort of students who may otherwise have been disaffected and who certainly were not motivated by the very heavy diet of poetry and so on at GCSE, who are extremely motivated by this. They're motivated partly because it's an online programme, partly because they feel in control of it, partly because it's giving them feedback on how they're doing, and because they can choose when is the right time for them to get self-assessment. So in that sense, there's real advantage to the student feeling that for once in their school life, they're absolutely in control of their own learning. They're largely doing work-related programmes. They're doing a small core of GCSEs, 5 GCSEs, but right at the heart of what they're doing is the adult literacy and numeracy programme. And as a result of that, we've seen them having more confidence in their ability to write and their ability to do basic maths. And I think that comes from the fact that they're working in small units. They are able to control the pace with which they work. They can do the assessment when they're ready. And as a result, they are more confident because of it. It's good for them. It's good for the point score of the school. And it seems to me it's absolutely right for employers as well.
If I didn't have this, I'd probably be struggling quite a lot in maths and English. I think it's good in the way that you get more qualifications and it'll help you more in the future.
They look forward to these lessons because they understand the format, they like the format, and they can see that they're actually achieving. The scoring system works by offering 4 different answers, so the student thinks about each answer and then, for instance, in terms of numeracy, would think whether it was more than or less than, so they're thinking about it all the time. Having done 40 questions, they can then go back and check which questions they got right, which questions were wrong. They can then think about them even more. Students are able to do all the questions in their own time. For instance, in a class where there are 15 students, 3 or 4 might be going on and working towards level 2, whereas the rest of the group might be doing level 1. But because the students are working at their own level and are able to measure their own success, it then helps them to want to move on again and do more. The motivation has been brilliant with the groups that we've used in school. They've all gone on to do various college courses, some of at different levels, at a higher level than they would normally have done had they just been sitting GCSEs. I feel it's an amazing tool in helping students work towards their future careers. With functional skills testing and vocational courses and specialised diplomas being introduced into schools, this is going to be a skill that all students need to have.
I was learning more, and it wasn't such a formal way of in a class doing it. You could sit at the computer and go over it and do it, and I could learn it at my own speed and do what I wanted to do that way, so it was easier. On my college course, I'm doing a national diploma course now. I'm going to complete the course and then I'm going to go on to go to either a university or a drama college or a drama school or something. Whereas before, I wouldn't have even got onto my national diploma course without the Allen qualifications because I needed 5 GCSEs. So with the Allen, it gave me the extra thing, and then they put me on the national course, and now I've just got to do 2 years and I can go on and do whatever I want after that. If you haven't got a lot of GCSEs, or maybe you just want a little bit more, then it gives you that extra qualification, it gives you that extra thing to show a college tutor or to show an employee is something extra which you've got and can show them that you've achieved.
We have a lad who really tends to struggle in lessons, and especially to keep his concentration. He managed to do a full 100-minute lesson with me, working kind of one-to-one, and managed to work through a whole kind of practice test and one of the sections and bits like that. And it was fantastic for him. At the end of it, he could see what he'd done and what he'd learned. And the way that the Allen stuff is good is it's not about kind of poetry anthologies, it's about newspaper cuttings, it's about different things that they're going to come across in their everyday life, money and things like that. Having that base knowledge and those things that they've done in the past helps them throughout the whole curriculum really and throughout their lives.
So which one is the denominator? They become focused in their own worlds. They don't get so easily disrupted or distracted by other people in the class. Explanations, questions are unambiguous. The typeface is clear and easy to read. They can enlarge it if they need it larger. They can flip backwards and forwards. There's graphics as well. Colour's one of the most important things. All of those things just make it very attractive to them. And that's what they want. They don't want pages packed with text. They want things just very clear, very straightforward, and that's what they like.
The Hot Topics disc will enable you to work through at your own speed.
We developed an integrated course. It's a package. It's not little bits all just separate. It's a whole package. And within that course there are different components. The experience of Alan has enabled us to understand the processes of literacy and numeracy testing. We just see that it's a natural step forward now to go into functional skills, particularly with those students obviously in the diploma routes where that's going to be again a core part of the diploma. For functional skills, as they come on stream, it's not going to be a case of just being able to put students there, assuming that if they can get the GCSE, they can get their functional skills as well. That there is going to be a need for teaching to be involved and preparation for that component of the course. I think that if we were not dipping our toes even with Alan, we would be very troubled by moving straight into functional skills. In terms of achievement and performance tables, Alan has a significant impact. Much improved. Individual student scores are higher because, of course, the double at the literacy and the numeracy equivalent to GCSE has got massive impact on our performance tables. Literacy and numeracy are not the same as English and maths. That's really, really important. They test different skills, qualifications are different, and you're looking at functional ability. What it is, what the basic skills that students need to know in order to be able to go into adult life that make them employable, whether it's at 16 or at 19 or whatever. It's that those communication skills using language and number that are the functional basic skills that are needed. The core understanding, the basic things you need to be able to do to communicate effectively.